What's up, everybody? It's me, Michael Magneto 7 Crawford, and I'm here to invite you to get my book, Playbook to Production, Volume 1. This book discusses the fundamentals of how to become a music producer in today's industry. It covers things like how to monetize your music, how to stand out amongst the crowd, even how to pick the proper gear. If you want to be serious about becoming a music producer today, cop that book. Peace.
NEDO.
Getting ready for summertime.
This is a summer beat, isn't it? Yeah.
Let's go!
Let it take over like controller. When we do something, just take over. I wanna know you in another way. Come up with me, let's dance the night away. Temperature's rising, getting hotter. I got the vibe, you got the fire.
That's all we gonna
Let's
do.
leave this spot inside the hideaway.
Yo, I want to play more. But welcome to the Man Look at the Podcast. I am the host, the one, the only. Magneto 7 in the building. I calmed it down. Just for y'all, calmed it down. With the co-host, the one, the only.
Sean J.
Oh, man.
Sean J!
There we go! Yo.
With a new Instagram, actually, I made it, and it's real.
We've been complaining.
Yeah.
We've been pleading to Sean to make a new Instagram for how long?
Oh, man.
It's
Since
been
the
months.
beginning of the podcast.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a whole year.
Well, I've been kind of blocked out for like 8 months of it, you know?
Okay.
That's what we can talk about.
Okay. So
It's just censorship, you know?
It is a little bit of censorship going on, but you censored yourself by not starting the pod.
I did, yeah. No, this is my own fault.
You know,
My own damn fault.
So again, Instagram audience, what's up? Matter of fact, we're gonna do this in the beginning. Tell the people on Instagram what's your new page.
It's just Sean J. Sager. That's it.
Sean J. Sager.
SEAN and then, Sager.
Any spaces or is it all together?
Nope, it's one continuous word.
Okay. So, ladies, he finally did it for y'all.
I did it.
He's telling y'all that he belongs to the streets.
I belong to the street. My profile picture is me with a nice with a
red
stoic
red
stoic face. It's my smolder. I'm looking real sharp.
Ain't gonna lie, it's a good picture.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. You can't. Why do we do that as men? You can't compliment another man.
You can't.
By saying
No, you should be able to. It's a stigma though. It is a stigma, and it definitely in certain communities as well. Like the bro communities. Whoa, you just call me attractive, bro? That's no homo, but you could dude, you bench that much? That's awesome, dude. No homo though, but
Why is that though?
Oh, baseball, they slap each other's asses,
Right.
But I don't think
They do
none
it in
of it.
basketball, too.
Yeah, that's just sportsmanship. Now, if you do it in the locker room, maybe 2 to 3 times a night, that's a little.
A bit much.
It's yo, man, Sager keeps slapping my ass. It's a little uncomfy.
But welcome again.
Yeah.
My week was great. Hopefully yours was.
My week has been a trip. It's
Okay.
been so those weeks where they feel so long, but then you wake up and you're like, it's Friday?
Right.
Like they at the same time as it feels long, you've done so much, but the weekend comes so fast.
Yeah. I agree.
That has been that kind of week. Just a weird time week,
Well, as we know, we have our new family member, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy Renee, shouts out to you. She's kept me busy. And you
Yeah, I feel bad. I'm like 5% of this podcast.
Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna tell Tracy that you want some appearances.
Yeah, but she's
So
like,
you can-
he ain't ready. You've seen me start the podcast. I ain't ready at all. I'll do them. I can't tell you how successful they'll be though.
I mean, I think it'll do good. I think it'll do good.
It's just got to be in something that my field, I can't
Right.
interview musicians. What do I know?
Yeah, that's true.
You've been around the block and through it, man.
You make me sound like I belong to the streets.
But the musical streets.
The musical streets. Yeah. Oh, speaking of musical streets, okay, and it's not even a subject I want to touch on, but have you ever noticed how the producers that get on and the singers that get on end up doing songs with everybody that's quote unquote hot?
Oh yeah. Oh, especially when Biebs is, Biebs is literally always in his prime.
Right.
But you can always see who's like the next up and coming or already is the up and coming artist if he does like a track with them. Or so, yeah, or they do Ariana Grande with featuring always. Yeah, so you can definitely tell. They're always. I mean, but think about it. The biggest companies. Same with movies, man. Who use the same damn actors for every other movie?
Facts.
They're all like, "Yo, can we use him after you're done with him?" Yeah, man. I feel
so
like
they belong to the musical streets and the art streets.
Yeah, they all live on the same block. If I could make a metaphor, that's what it feels like. You know, it really does.
You bringing back memories. So in high school, no, it was high school, college. I think in college, they were like, "Man, nah, don't mess with her. She a blockhead."
I've never heard that. I call people blockhead like the Charlie Brown blockhead version.
No, they're talking about blockhead. Like,
damn,
giving the blockhead.
That's a whole new meaning.
Yes.
I feel bad for everyone I call a blockhead now.
So
I didn't mean it that way.
I'm wondering. That's something that I've always kind of thought of in the back of my mind. Like, can we say that that's politically correct?
Oh no.
Or can we say that's musical prostitution? How can we phrase it?
That is true. Yeah, I guess people are so touchy with how you phrase things now. That's so true. Like old metaphors are like not being used anymore because you can't now.
No.
You know, you got to be so. Man, language is literally being condensed into like set words you can say and like phrases you can say. To me, you can say whatever the hell you want. If you're trying to get your point across and you know the best phrase to say and you say it and I'm like, damn, it doesn't matter. I get what you're saying, you know, because if you say things like that, I know exactly what you mean. I don't really care, but I guess to a wider audience, I guess you got to be more PC.
Okay, even in that, okay, that's perfect. None of this is concepts. None of this is content we talked about. But
no.
So with us going, I guess, quote unquote, more mainstream and cleaning up how we're saying. Yeah. I can't say what we're saying because we're still saying some stuff, but we're filtering.
Everything we say comes out of a word Brita filter.
Like, I'm slowly trying to weed some of the cuss words out. Like, it's natural just to sound. Oh shit! Like it's natural to
especially
go ahead.
Especially where we work, dude. With the people we work with.
That's true.
That's like every fifth word is.
So you think the work environment affects how we react in our
think of people who teach middle school kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are probably at the school longer than you're at home, right? So you can't be saying that around little kids. So I bet you, in a normal day-to-day life, they also filter themselves everywhere. Super church people, you know, who go to church all the time. I've started to not say as much stuff because I'll say stuff and they go, dude, and I'm like, sorry, my bad, in the Lord's house, and I'm talking about, I ain't doing that. I feel, and like they bring that back to their normal lives, depending on where you work. Now, if you work in construction, you don't give a, you don't a shoot. You don't care at all because that's where you work. You hear it all the time. Like sailors, man. Like, oh, you cuss like a sailor because they're on a ship all dang day. Yeah. With all the other dudes. No, no kids.
Okay. Speaking of cussing, right? The first subject that we did have on our list was the baby shooting.
Oh man.
Matter of fact, I told you. You remember I said he graduated from what? The Hood Olympics.
Hood Olympics. He got a gold. The Hood Olympics.
4-time. 4-time gold medal champion.
Always bet on the baby.
So it's even a deeper part of it though. Okay, so for y'all that don't know, the baby had an intruder come on his property. Like us all,
did he know
Southerners,
it was the baby's property?
Dude, like it's okay.
Dude, how of all the houses.
Okay, so you know how the houses are in Alpharetta.
Yeah.
Right? So picture a house from the manor on 10 acres. And that's the only house up there. You know whose house it is.
Oh, yeah. Like we drive through, I'm not going to name the neighborhood, but we're like, oh, that's so-and-so's house. We're like, no way. And then, you drive slow by it. Everyone knows that's their house, So I get what you mean. You have to know.
Yeah, you know.
Well, but I also assume some dude breaking into a giant house like that might not be mentally aware of whose house it is because You gotta be pretty low to break into someone's house.
Okay, pretty low. What do we consider low enough to break into somebody's house?
Like, I mean, you ain't doing too good, or you're not of sound mind that night. So that's what I'm saying. You might not know whose house this is. Like, you're drunk as shit. You're like, I saw that Ferrari in his driveway. He's got to have good stuff in there. You know, I mean, I'm not someone who would break into a house, so I don't know.
But if it's secluded off, like, okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
like
you
if
know
your
whose
driveway,
house. Okay,
if your driveway is like a mile,
that's true. You know
from
whose
the
house.
house, you know whose house it is.
That's right. Like, why would you? If I'm putting my mind into a house thief's mind,
right?
A burglar's mind. Why just go to some neighborhood and break into someone's house, dude?
It's easy to get away.
Why are you going to the 10-acre house all the way down? First, they see you coming a mile away because their house is literally a mile away. So it's like, but the baby was like, "Who the fuck?" running down his driveway.
It's weird, bro. So he pulls his gun and he shoots the guy. I'm gonna try to find the clip that
did the guy not have a gun though?
I don't know if he had a gun or not, but the baby had his gun first.
You can't do that.
So.
I'm all for, like, you don't know what that dude's gonna do, especially like you. You got kids, man.
Right.
Anyone break into your house, I'm shooting first.
I'm shooting.
Yeah.
I
don't care what you got, because you could pull something out faster than I can.
Right.
And now I'm dead.
Right.
Now my wife, what shit.
Right.
Oh well. But nah, man. You break into my house and I got my people inside. I don't care.
So
that's the thing, and even that I think is illegal, right? You have to.
Well, the thing
fear
is,
for your life, otherwise that's murder.
I'm not gonna say how our country friends have told us.
As long as they don't say it.
But there are ways around showing that you were threatened.
Yeah.
You might have to provide a threat.
I think in Florida you could just go, if you announce you're threatening me, you can just kill somebody.
Are you serious? No.
I mean, if they break it, they're on your property.
Okay.
And you have like an audio recording of you going, "You're threatening me." Oh no, you could just kill that guy. Like, that'll hold up in court, I think. It's some crazy shit like that. Only in Florida, man.
Okay, so can we say, is it safe to say that the baby is a Republican?
By the context of this clip, I think he's a Republican.
Because the funny thing is,
people are only Republican when they got to kill somebody. Did the guy die?
No, he ain't died.
Oh, good.
But the funny thing is, and my phone's over there, but the funny thing is the baby put a clip on Instagram of a movie called Paid in Full from back in the day. It's like it's one of the shooting gangster movies with drugs and whatever. So he posted a clip from Paid in Full. It's like, oh, so y'all tough, right? So, everybody gets shot every day. He said another word, but I'm not gonna say that word because I'm trying to clean up the pod.
Yeah.
But ends get shot every day, bro.
What movie was it?
Paid in Full. So he posted that clip on Instagram, and that was his response to him shooting the guy. All
right, you can quote me on this. If someone breaks in, I shoot somebody, I'm gonna start posting like training day quotes. You motherfuckers.
Hey, Jake!
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
So we've decided that the baby is a Republican. Y'all heard it first on the Mad Lucrative Podcast.
This just in. What if
he votes gun rights, all of that. He voted for it.
He puts us on a story. He's like, I don't even know these people. I did not say this.
I did not say it.
Meet me at a bowling alley right now.
Okay, so that was what? How many months ago was that? 2, maybe?
Was it really?
Was
only
it 2
2?
or 1?
It had to be more than that. Maybe it might have been only 2. It's definitely not 1 month ago.
Okay, so that's a deeper subject. Do you feel like
this dude just can't stay out of the news?
But do you feel like the energy that he's projecting is bringing that energy back to him?
No, because
subconsciously.
You notice in his interviews, he like doesn't want the smoke. I feel like he tried to play it down, kind of, didn't he?
He did.
When they were asking, "Oh, what you doing with her brother?" and he's trying to mess with her. He's like, "Dude, I just didn't want any of that shit."
Okay.
I feel like is how he responded. You know the interview.
So
I'm
how?
talking about,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But is that how he feels, or is that good media?
Oh,
trading?
you never know. Yeah. I would say good media trading always, but because I don't know the person, so I would immediately assume it's just PR. And he doesn't seem, He actually seems like he kind of cares about the media persona now, maybe not back then.
Oh, especially after that little what's the name trick when he was on stage. Okay, so yeah, he probably is trying to watch his image.
I think at some point you have to. The bigger you get, the more you have to.
Yeah.
Or you go completely the opposite direction and you're like, I have my fans. I can say whatever the shit I want, and I'm still gonna have my fans because they like the shit I'm saying. So I can say some outlandish shit, and people try to cancel you, but at the same time, you're like, all right,
you're
I still
not
get paid
cancel me.
because I got fans. Yeah.
I think he was like that before that Coachella. Was it Coachella where he went out there and said the
I think so.
age thing?
Well, it's also your network or your label.
Yeah.
Whoever owns you. You know, I mean, not to
it
say
is
a harsh word,
no,
but
it
who
is
owns
what
you?
it is. Yeah.
I mean, they do.
That brings me to another interview, right? I watched Russ, white guy. He's dope. Like, he looks like Jesus low-key.
I've seen Russ.
Okay. So Russ said in his interview with Steve Stout, shouts out Steve Stout, money man. Like,
I know him.
He has to be a money friend. Like, I got to meet him again, meet up with him again.
He's a money acquaintance right now.
He's a money acquaintance. I met him one time. And I was like, yo, like, that's the lunch guy that I was telling you about.
Oh, cool.
All right. So he had an interview with Steve Stout on Steve Stout's pod. And he was saying that I think a lot of artists don't understand their power, and they feel like they have to go to a label to be rewarded for the power that they have. And he was just saying how art and music can dictate a lot of different conversations.
Big time.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Russ has made, like, hold on, I'm going to look it up because I don't want to misquote that man bad.
Like
Russ,
you were saying, dude, music can change a generation of people. It can change a culture, you know, and they inject shit into music to do that. I feel like a lot of times.
Right.
Which has been proven, you know, to change the way people think and do stuff.
So Russ, 2022 is at 10 million. 2021 is at 10 million. And 2020, he was at 10 million. So 30 million, right? All independent, real independent though.
Yeah.
Like how we're doing the pod.
That's cool.
Let's say we hired a management company. Well, not a management company. We got management, whatever. But we hired a marketing company.
Yeah.
To market everything, and then everything we get is our money because we just paid the marketing company.
You think the marketing company could drop you too if they don't like what you're saying? Is that possible? That's so weird. I feel like they don't care because they're in the shadow anyway.
I don't think the marketing company could drop you because you hired them.
I don't think they'd want to either. Because they'd be like, no one knows our name. We're just a marketing company. We get paid solely. You know how many companies there are like that who don't need marketing themselves. They don't care.
Right.
They know people know who they are. People who
behind the scenes
who actually want
to
pay them to do. That's smart.
Like it's a company. What is it? AMC, one of them.
Yeah.
All of the majors use that marketing company to market everything. How you see people get billboards in New York, like
that's what that is. The Times Square.
The Times.
Yeah.
They pay a company. It's like $3,000.
So you got Sony paying them and shit.
Yeah, you got
big. Dang, they got business literally around the clock.
Yeah.
Wow. Think
you
about
get
that.
iHeartRadio to pay them. You got all the other companies.
Like YouTube already, you get paid on ads. Spotify,
yeah.
Dang.
So the real independence you can be a real independent person if you know what pieces you need. All you really need is a marketing person. And you need a booking person.
You said he's got 30 mil too. Independent.
All independent.
That's impressive.
No major. Like none.
That's cool.
So for me, I'm like, okay, if Drake pulled a move like that and said, well, I'm not gonna do anything with Universal, I'm not gonna do anything with none of these other companies. I'm gonna front my own money, pay my own marketing, and I'm gonna do it.
I feel like he could.
He could, but why won't he?
Were they giving him too much of a sweet deal? Oh, he's already in the club. I feel like if he does that, won't they try to do everything they can not to get him? I think they're spiteful, aren't they? Kind of. They're like.
So you're saying if he moved out of the major,
he no longer gets what they consider privileges of being under a big company like that. As soon as you aren't, you're like, all right, well, you don't have access to any of our friends now.
Okay.
You don't have access to any of our platforms.
Yeah.
You don't have access to any of what we used to use to market you. And now they will not help you too because we told them not to.
But the flip side of that is this. is the Drake name so big wherein his fan base would be like, okay,
Drake,
they don't
Kanye,
care.
yeah.
Drake, Kanye, Beyonce, they don't care how you get the music out. As long as you get it to us, we're going to buy it. But then, if Universal or Sony or Warner Brother owns some of Spotify, you can't upload your music directly.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you lose access. You're out of the club. You don't get any of the cool shit that we used to give you anymore. Yeah, I believe that totally.
So do you think fans would go back and try to actually do the research to find out how they can buy the music?
I don't know. You'd have to use
you
like
think they're
sites
lazy?
like I was saying, like I used to use sites like BandCamp for independent artists, and you could just name your price. Like you could buy his song for $100 if you wanted to, or you could buy it for 2 cents. Like, but it was great. It's like a SoundCloud basically, but for more. It feels a little more professional than SoundCloud. Okay, because you can upload whole albums and stuff. And I used to get like
BandCamp. Y'all got to pay us because we give y'all.
BandCamp was cool. It's how you get really, really like obscure independent artists who just post on there and on there alone. You can't find them anywhere else. I used to listen to like techno and shit when I was in high school from like independent people. Yeah,
that might be something to look into. That might be something to look into because I mean, for me, and that's the other thing Russ was saying. Like, he knows a lot of major artists that would be like he'll just pay them for a feature. Yeah, and then the label that they're signed to be like, oh no, you can't put it out. He'd be like, but I paid him. But yeah. So, do you think? And this goes, and now I'm changing it from the musician land to pod land. Do you think we'll get to the point where podcasters would realize the worth and not try to aim to do a Joe Rogan deal? Because Joe Rogan is only one Joe Rogan. Yeah. There's only one Joe Button. Like he did, So it's like, do you think we'll get there? Or do you think we're already there? Or do you think we're about to head that way?
What do you mean, to get a deal with someone? I don't know, man. It depends. Like you said, if we become big enough to where like fans just like us how we are, and we don't really need. Well, but I feel like if the smaller you are, and this is how they get artists all the time. You were just talking about that. You're so small that you feel like you can't do it at all unless you get signed by someone and give away like 80% of your total creative rights away. Yep. To get a little bit ahead or to even be a small guy in terms of their company. So it is hard. Yeah, we got such a name, and you've already made a name for yourself, which is already propelling the podcast way further than I think we would have gotten just me and you.
Interesting.
Because I don't have fans.
No, and
I didn't bring anyone to the table. It's
It's interesting because I know I'm gonna say all of. We started last summer, right? Shouts out! We're almost up on a year. Shouts out to us, for real. So I remember trying to think of okay, I'm gonna take y'all through my brain. My initial brain was, well, who would listen to that? Like they just want to see me produce music. Nobody really cares about my point of view.
Well, you talking about back then when you unofficially made your first podcast?
I was just like, nobody really want to hear that. And then I would put out. Like, that's when I tried to do NEDO's Corner. Yeah. That was like in January last year. I tried to do NEDO's Corner. And I've always had a heart to want to help people realize self-worth and then just do some big shit.
Your idea kept trying to sprout and it couldn't. It couldn't. And you were just like, you were watering it.
But I was putting it out and people be like, I'm not going to like that. So, it'd be like 10 views. I'm like, what happened?
Man, you know how many YouTubers that start with dirt and nothing and are like great, and you'll watch their videos and you're like, this dude's amazing. Where are his views? He's like 1,000. That's it. You're like, this is the funniest video I've ever seen. It just happens, man. Like every good YouTuber today will tell you, and like it could be YouTuber, it could be Twitch streamer, it could be whatever, any like micro celebrity who doesn't not a celebrity, not an actor, but someone who makes their living just them online. They will always say the same thing, that it's like 50% just blind luck that someone found their shit or they posted it on Reddit and then it just got upvoted to oblivion, and then everyone was like, this stuff is so funny, and they share it everywhere, and then you get fans and it slowly builds. But you need that initial, because so many people can watch it and go, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
And so then they go,
that was oh my God, I'll send it to my friend. Or they'll watch it and be like, "Oh, I misclicked the link. It's gone. I don't care."
And
like, yeah, even though I'm guilty of it. You know?
Yeah, me too.
Like,
me
I
too.
always try to leave a like. I always try to leave something. I might subscribe, especially if the guy's really funny.
And it don't cost nothing to subscribe.
It doesn't. It like literally you can remove it later. That's how I see it. If I subscribe and then later down the road they say some dumb shit, I unsubscribe. Like if I don't like them, but it costs nothing to just.
I don't
especially
understand
if I like what I heard,
So okay.
Also potential to get better. If I like this dude's vibes, and I've seen it. Like I used to love Gus Johnson. Well, not used to. I still do. Gus Johnson. I used to watch him all the time on YouTube, and I remember when he only got like 1,000 per video. He was nobody. And now he's like millions of viewers, going on podcasts, living in LA now, doing tons of shit. Yeah.
So, do you think the podders are understanding their net worth, or their self-worth enough to hold out, to not do, like if Spotify comes up, I keep saying Spotify, but Apple Music, right?
Yeah.
Apple Music comes up and says, hey, I offer you $100,000 to do, a whole season of pods. What's a season? 50 pods, that's all. And you're doing them for free right now.
Yeah.
But
But
you're collecting 100% of what you do for free right now. You do a deal with them, you're going to collect 20% of what you were doing for free because they paid you a lump sum up front. But you'll never have over 20% of what your earnings are.
for how long?
I think some of these are like 30-year contracts.
That's the thing. No, I wouldn't do that for 30 years. Is it 100,000?
Yeah. But if
100,000 what, a year?
100,000 for the season.
For every 50 pod.
So yeah, every 50 pods. So if we do a pod a week,
every 50 weeks, yeah. Well, that's not true because you do self interviews. We'll do interviews.
yeah. But what if now? Because right now we control it, right?
Only straight pods.
We
They
could,
don't-
yeah.
they-
If
in
we
the contract, they didn't say nothing about interviews. Interviews are on this pay spectrum.
exactly. Or if your interviews pick up and they say, well, we gave you a deal for the pod, but we have a contingency if you do another form of media, then we eat off of that too.
I see. Yeah, you can completely see where people get stuck.
Yeah.
Entirely. And you definitely see what people used to make in the Stallion, right?
Yeah. It's
Damn,
hard.
dude. It also depends how you just want to live. If you don't care, I mean, if you're just not, I'm not saying people are quitters if they want to take a lesser shit for less worry.
Right.
People do that all the time. People do that 24/7 in their job. I like this job, but this job I get a 401. I don't got to worry about this. I have to work only this much. I get vacation. People always settle. So it's just up to you. If you settle, hey man,
That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow though. So
Yeah.
if somebody offers you 100,000, right? Again, we haven't made 100,000 off
no,
this
I would
podcast
love
yet.
to, but at the same time, 100,000 per season.
Okay,
When
let's
you
take
got
it up.
Dudes like
Let's
Joe
take it up.
Rogan making what now?
Let's take it up. 50, not 50
Million.
not 50 million, $1 million
Yeah.
for 50 pods.
Then I mean that's. Dude, how
But-
could you
but
not?
if
But then
they're-
all that money's got to go to everyone involved, and
But if they're willing to offer you 100, or if they're willing to offer you $1 million for 50 pods,
yeah,
they're already going to make $3-4 million.
Mm-hmm.
They have that equation because it's going to be based off of fan base, it's going to be based off of views, and it's going to be based off of consistency. So if they'll average in, okay, well, you may have skipped 2 weeks out of the year
yeah,
and not potted, so we'll count that as a vacation. But if you skip 4 weeks, then we're going to dock you.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Now you got a job, which it's going to be a job anyway. Especially if you don't have a label, then it's already a job.
It's
for you.
already a job.
But I said label. We know what I mean.
Yeah, same thing.
I mean, technically, podcast is just it's like there's no music,
No,
but
it's art.
it's art.
Because
Kinda.
I've heard. Now, again, I keep going to Joe Budden because I love Joe Budden. He asked his other co-host. He said, "Okay, what is podcasting to you?" And I ask you that. What is podcasting to you? And
I guess I would say it's a media. It's a media. I don't know if it's a form of art. Because you watch the movie, right? You go behind the scenes, now they do interviews. That's basically a podcast. But
Right.
would you lump that in with the movie? Is this still art? I would say so. It's after the credits, right? Not after the credits, but I mean after if you get like the DVD with bonus features, you know,
Right.
it's on the DVD. It's lumped in with the movie,
So
or it's marketing for the movie. Is marketing art? Commercials are technically art, right?
technically, yeah.
That's informative.
It's a form of art.
interview, and it's an informative staged thing.
Mm-hmm.
Podcast is kind of like that in a way.
And you're just projecting thoughts. You're expounding on thoughts.
That's what rap is, just with music,
right.
you know. And then you got bars, but
So I think I will say the only difference is between how we'll have the upper hand in podcast world versus musicians is people are here with us 30 minutes to an hour every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means in ad world, you can stuff at least bare minimum 4 commercials in each pod.
yeah.
So if I want to promote Reebok or Nike or whatever, let me just put an ad right here, and then it's averaging to your deal again. We're not paying you for the ad. We already paid you up front.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's up to you. And then you can put as many ads as you want. Sometimes in your video, it's got to be like a certain length.
Yeah. Now, it's another thing, and we're going to get to other subjects, but it's another thing that I've noticed with...
I hate them damn ads, though. I really do. Whenever I watch a video and I'm like, oh my God, there's 5 ads in this thing.
But did you know, after we get to a certain point, with running ads, so some ads, they can pay directly, right? So say we find some company in Atlanta like King of Pops, right? King of Pops pays us for an ad $500. And the King of Pops ad is on the YouTube link. It's on the official audio link that we upload to Spotify and all the other companies forever. King of Pops, they paid us that though, $500.
Yeah.
But they also have other ads that you can run that you upload to the networks. They'll run the ad one time after a person listens to the pod, and then when they listen to it back, the ad's not there.
Really?
Yes. It's a new technology. Well, it's not that new, but it's something but the ads are cheaper.
I must have never noticed it, so it works. Because I've never noticed it.
Yeah.
Wow, they're cheaper. Oh, it's like a one time.
Right.
So of course it'd be cheaper. It's not in that video. Like you've seen the YouTuber who's like Raid Shadow Legends, the new game, and that's always in there.
Right.
It's now permanently in that video.
Right.
So
they pay extra
yeah.
to be in that. Versus we read off a script, upload that script to, like I think we use Podcorn or Acast, one of them.
Yeah.
Upload it to that. It inserts it at certain points. Like if you do mid-roll, pre-roll, whatever, they insert it.
Okay.
Playback is not there.
Wow.
But we're not at that point yet because we need y'all to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. It's fun, you know. We talk about crazy shit.
Yeah.
Might talk about something you know about.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, we decided, again, we're going to reiterate, the baby is a Republican.
Sure. I don't know, but
Yo, I hope somebody from Billion Dollar Baby sees.
is not affiliated with DaBaby or any DaBaby properties.
Yo, I hope they play it. It'd be hilarious. All right, so I got to clap us up right quick for this one. I got to clap us up. Shouts out to the men.
I feel like we lost a little bit of energy, you know?
Shouts out to the men. White men, black men. Shouts out to us. So, shouts out to Cam Newton too. So,
damn,
I get the best of both worlds with Cam.
Yeah,
he played for Carolina, went to the Super Bowl, lost. Then he went to
nice Cam. Nice.
What else did he go to? What your boy just came from? Tom Brady. Is it Tom Brady?
Yeah, isn't it? Didn't he just
the Patriots?
Patriots.
He went and played the Patriots. Got kicked off. But I gotta build the case. This is what so.
Bro's been.
He's belonged to the NFL streets.
He's been having a way, yeah. Certainly.
So he made a statement about women catering to men. All right. Now, I think I told you about that too. I was surprised that there was no "I love you, white man" hashtags. That's better yet, "I love you, black man." Like, but I was like, wow, like this don't exist, right?
Yeah.
So
it's a little bit weird.
There's like, I don't say no love, but it's very little love to spread in these streets.
Lately, there has been, hasn't there? Yeah, people just, yeah. hate spreads and people buy hate more than they buy love, you know?
They do.
Like, ain't nobody forgiving anybody anymore.
No,
at all.
They'll
drag a tweet from 10 years ago and be like, you say this? It's like, dude, I was 14 when that happened.
Right. So Cam said that women should cater to men. My initial response is, oh, he about to be into some shit.
Yep. He about to get lit up.
He about to get lit up. But as a husband, as a dad,
everyone's like,
I'm like,
what about it?
As a husband, as a dad, I kind of have to agree. But the contingency is that men cater to women. Mm-hmm. But if you look at what's going on now, we already cater to them anyway.
Oh, dude.
It's a given.
It is pretty rough.
It's a given.
You got to, oh man, which, you know, you can't hate on women for having high standards. You know, everyone should have high standards. But
right.
It is a little to the point where, yeah, I feel like, damn. This girl wants you to do, like you got the girls with Tinder bios where it's like, must be 6 foot, must have 12-pack abs, must have
100,000 a year.
No bullet, yeah.
Start 100,000 a year.
Yeah.
How do you know that? But anyway,
it's like, girl, I don't. I got the 6 foot. That's it.
So, do you agree or disagree? How do you feel about this?
It's up to them. It's up to if you find a partner who wants the same family dynamic as you, you know, because you get some women who are traditional, who want to have kids, take care of the kids, and the father makes the bread.
Do we say that's traditional, or do we say that's being thoughtful?
You can't say that's not traditional. That's how it used to be.
That's traditional.
That's how like 90% of all families used to be.
Okay.
So that's why I say traditional, for sure. I mean, that's how it was for thousands of years, right?
Right.
Dad, the hunter-gatherer, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's true.
Dude goes get the meat, brings it back. Not that
the
woman's not doing nothing. Woman's doing everything back at the camp, back
right.
at the house, man. That's not easy.
Right.
You got to basically keep all the kids in line. You got to teach the kids. You got to, you know.
But
Dad's
again,
just making
is
that
being thoughtful, or is that catering?
Yeah. Well, yeah, in traditional households, you'd cater to each other. Like we talked about, a couple pods ago, you got to outgive
each other. Exactly.
That's probably the best way to just have a relationship, in my opinion, is just always do stuff for the other person, not because you're going to get brownie points or not
right.
because you're going to get something out of it, but
right.
because
daddy's money.
Yeah. You just add to the love, you know, and then hopefully they would see that and then add back. If they aren't, get rid of that bitch.
So why do you, okay. So, and I'm asking you these questions because you're younger. Yeah. I kind of have a harsh point of view when it comes to that stuff, right?
Why?
Well, just because I guess I've been married almost 11 years now.
Yeah.
We've been together almost 14 years, right?
Yeah,
2 kids. We were broke together.
You know, way more than I do. Yeah.
I think I never told y'all that, but we washed at Publix bathroom. Damn. Washed in Publix bathroom. Then we had enough to pay for Planet Fitness membership. We had a house to stay in.
People do that, yeah. Go shower at the gym.
Had a house to stay in. Water got cut off. Had to go wash at the gym. This years ago. But again, we've lived through a lot of stuff together. Mm-hmm. So it's like I just expect to give back and forth. Like we've been here. We done toughed it out. Now we got money coming in. I don't expect it to be worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I already have my point of view. And I feel like, yeah, if you're not catering to your man, then what's the problem?
Yeah.
But
and vice versa.
But the flip side of that is, if you're not catering to your man, then why are you not catering?
Yeah.
What did he do or what did he not do? Did you catch him?
That is true. That is true. His statement sounds like it's gonna like you said, oh, you about to say some shit.
Yeah.
But he's not wrong. He just left the part out where like, yeah, and I'll cater right back.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do. I think in any relationship, even the craziest relationships, you know?
Yeah.
You should still, it's not give and take. It's just give. And if they're not giving, then they're not worth it. Right.
Because at some point, if it's a person, and I think it goes both ways for men and women. If the man gives everything to a relationship, he's going to get worn out. And guess what? The woman's going to be sitting full. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Then he's going to die. and then she's gonna go marry another dude.
That's Tinder, dude. I'm telling you. No, like for every one woman, there's 90 dudes.
Yeah.
Like shit, man. Oh, I was watching this other podcast. The guy was like, bro, I think women don't really know, not all women, I don't want to generalize. I know there are some women who have like no friends, no guys, and they don't want attention. So they put themselves in this lonely box. But beyond average, dude, women always have someone that will give them attention or will, like a Tinder, man.
Right.
Women have 80 dudes in their inbox that they can just swipe and choose from whenever they want to get attention, compliments, and you cannot tell me. I've had women tell me that they do this, so you can't be like, we don't do that. I know you do. I've been used that way, Right. I don't think anything personal of it.
I feel bad for you too. You told me about that,
bro. Like, they'll message you for a week. You're basically just like a little compliment pig, where you just try to hype them up. You get to know them. You talk about them. You give them attention, and then whenever they're done, they'll just leave. They'll just block you or unmatch, or they'll be like, "I'm full," and then leave. That's what they do, and guys don't know that. You gotta be a hot dude. You gotta be an attractive guy, to get women who are falling over themselves for you. So the average guy does not.
So the flip side of that is this: if you find a woman that caters to a man, but the man ain't worth shit,
you find that every day, man. You find that all the time. It sucks because you're like, dude. It's rare that you find. Well, I don't want to. Again, I'm not trying to, but it's rare that you find a woman who unconditionally, no matter what, loves that.
It's always gonna be conditions.
There's always conditions. I feel like, and like call me a fucking incel if you want, but it's. I've yet to, I don't know. You don't find that a lot. There's always conditions. You gotta, some want the guy to protect, some want the guy to provide,
right?
Some want the guy to unconditionally listen, no matter what, even no matter what he's going through.
Right.
And if you stop, they're like, well, he doesn't care. Bitch, he goes through shit too. Like a lot of women don't.
That's the thing though.
Yeah.
Like if and I think that's something that we've grown to understand and realize when it's happening.
I think a lot of guys are.
Yeah.
We're
like, okay, hold on. Wait. I just paid for a meal that was $200.
Yeah.
Just a good night, good date out. I didn't pressure you for buns.
Yeah.
Didn't pressure you to
just
smash.
Buying someone dinner doesn't guarantee you anything, and it shouldn't.
But then you called me the next day and you said, well, I don't have any gas money to come over there to see you. I'll give you some gas. You pay for some gas money. Then when you get to the place, it's like
you're bringing back memories. Every dude is falling into that damn trap. Every guy is falling into that God simp, Oh.
So so that goes back to Cam's original statement.
Women are trickery.
It's
tricky.
How can you be mad at catering to a man if he catered to you to get you?
Yeah. Yeah, that should speak volumes.
It should count for something.
Today's society that you can't even say that, and people lose it. But how is he wrong?
It should count for something.
Yeah.
If you did you bought her roses. You might even got a Uber Black. Got an Uber Black.
Like I said, there's 8 other dudes who are doing just as much as you are, and then there's one guy who's just a little bit more topping all of you. Who's she gonna pick? Now, but men are the pursuers. You don't get pursued by women, Not really.
Some of us,
the ones who do, are awesome. I love that shit. When a woman comes up to you at a bar, you're like, "Nah, this is nice. This is cool." You're like, "I didn't even have to try." Hey, look at that. Yeah, it's cool. It hasn't happened too many times, but it switches. You don't expect it at all, man.
No, you
flips
don't.
your world, and you're like, "Oh, dang."
Does it make you feel used though? Like, do you feel like a little slut?
Hell no. Well, there's an interview with Shaq. Shaq was like, he said some princess from like another country was like in love with him or something. She asked to marry him, and then she took him out and bought his dinner. And then Shaq was like, "You buying me dinner?" Oh.
Now was this NFL Shaq been in the game for years, or is this Shaq before?
Oh, I don't know. I think after.
Okay.
But he was just dumbfounded.
He was rich though.
Yeah, he was rich. That's why he's like, you don't gotta pay for me, because he's used to being the dude who pays for. But she's a literal like royalty, so she paid for everything, and he was like, "Oh no, I'll take care of you." And he's like, "Damn," it made him feel a certain way because guys aren't used to that.
No, we're not.
Especially Shaq. You know, oh my
So-
God, you know how many, oh my God, can you imagine how many women try to use someone that level? Oh, damn.
Dude.
You got to watch out because you get the girls who try to, you know, NFL players who marry him, have a kid, and then right after the kid's born, a
Well,
week
the
later,
thing-
bam, divorce.
And that what we weren't even gonna talk about Kim Mckanye, but that feels like that statement she made to Andy Cohen. I knew I was gonna divorce him the night of the.
That shit hurts. So
Yep.
you basically just admitted that, great, you knew that the divorce was going to happen the night of the honeymoon, so let me just use him for all he's worth. And then that sucks, dude. No, I'm not trying to be mean. Maybe that's not what she had in mind. And I know relationships are way more complicated than just that.
Right.
She might also just be talking out of her ass because she's on an interview. Who knows?
Right.
But still, you did not paint yourself in a good light. That sucks.
But how many
'Cause I would
women
never do that.
How many women already have that perceived notion that that's
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't blame women. It's like, and I'm not trying to be like, you know, joke society. Oh my God. But really, like that we've basically taught women that like you don't have to give a shit and you can do whatever you want and just find a man with bags or find a man to use as long as you want to have fun. And then drop them whenever you want. Like that's in the songs nowadays. That's in the culture nowadays.
I can't wait till you, I don't know if you'll watch all of the interview because it's a little bit long. But the interview I did with King, can't remember his first name. But anyway, I did an interview recently with a guy. He's dope. He's like Martin Luther King meets Farrakhan meets like he's on it. Like he's dope. 32, out here working, right? Like speeches and all that stuff, right? He said, well, women had to step up. I think he was saying like in the 80s and the 90s after a lot of the dudes got strung out on dope.
Yeah.
And they had to step up to be the man figure.
Yeah, to be independent.
Right?
To learn how to be independent. Yeah.
So now that it's a new generation of men that's kind of got their shit together. But you grew up underneath a mom that was super independent.
That's true. I still don't know, because like I said, I really do think it's the cultural, you know, music and movies and like what do we see now? They're trying to push the woman who don't need no man so damn hard.
Right.
And it's in everything now. And it's like a man isn't stronger just because he doesn't have a woman. Mm-hmm. If anything, you see a husband, you think he's way stronger because he's got a woman.
Right.
Why are we making women who don't have a man seem just... What's wrong with having a husband?
Yeah.
You can be as badass as you want with a husband. You can be cool if like in movies and TV, you know, whenever they want a strong woman, they make her butch as hell.
Right.
They give her man qualities.
Right.
Why do we only assume that women can be powerful and independent if given
masculine.
man qualities? Mm-hmm. That's a little bit... I think that, in a way, is more sexist than just making a feminine woman do feminine things.
Right.
I mean, that could be empowering by itself.
Well, I think even in that, it's... Okay, so my wife is not, like, super girly, right?
Yeah.
You've seen that yourself. Like, she's not super girly. But that does not make me not treat her girly or woman-like. Yeah. But it's sometimes when she's the boss. Mm-hmm. And I'm working for the boss. She's the boss. Like,
especially when you're doing her stuff.
Right. No,
right.
You're
the
boss.
Why wouldn't you?
You tell me what you want, and my job is to be your employee right now. Yeah. I'm not being your employee and I'm your husband telling you, like, no, like, you're the boss.
Yin and yang, you know, you got to be, this, I'm the boss. This, you're the boss.
Right.
You know, like, well, you got girls, too. You know, whenever they come to mom, you're like, all right, you're the boss at that.
Right.
Whatever you're doing.
And that's and I think that type of activity is not displayed in main media.
It's not. The teamwork, man. Every kind of division you can think of is more pushed. The husband and wife dynamic is more like this and that. It's him and her. It's not. We're a couple. We're a team. You know, we do things together. Mm-hmm. I feel like, you always bring each other's differences and strengths together and it makes you stronger. But at the same time, what couple is stronger than the one who is way more unified?
Right. And I mean, okay, so we had and this might be a little bit personal, but we had a conversation about getting grants and stuff so she could fund the movie and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I think this may have been 2 years ago. I was like, I took me off of you're a corporation. I'm nowhere on your corporation. Just like you're nowhere on the Mad Lucrative stuff. Like, or some of the businesses just that I just work in, you're not on the paperwork. Now, if anything happened to me, of course, you're the beneficiary of everything. But I understand how important it is to let your wife feel that win. Yeah. That win alone. Like, I work for this, I won this, and this is mine.
Yeah, you want your significant other to feel just as good as you do about your ventures. You know, you want her to feel like she owns her shit. Right. You know, not like, you know, you're not letting her, but you're watching her do that, you know?
Right. So I think that got to be pushed a little bit more.
Yeah, you should. You always, what's the word? You know, encourage, yeah, encourage and uplift and support, each other. Not like, I do not get couples who are fucking jealous of each other, man. What is up with that? And it's so many, and you're like, how do you live with each other if you literally want that person not to do as well as you? Like that's also pushed. That the women, like, you know, you should make as much as him. You should, like, why should you? Like, I'm not threatened by it. If my wife made more than me, I'd be like, all right, cool, more income for both of us.
But that's the thing. I think it's the part of ownership.
Yeah. What he's saying. Yeah, well, like I said, some families, some dudes want to feel like they are the sole breadwinner. And some women want that as well. I know a lot of women who go, if my man doesn't make more than me, that's awkward. I don't like that. Yeah. Which your dating pool is a lot smaller if you want a guy who makes more than you.
They got away from the idea of teamwork, like you said, teamwork and building something together. They got away from it. They did. And that's on a society level, dude. We got away from a lot of people too. You said with hip hop, man. Hip hop used to be come together. Let's just have a good time, man. No, I'm gonna shoot the shit out you.
Exactly. About good times, you know, and we're in this together. We can, you know, we stop hate, and now it's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bro.
So speaking of together, we're all screwing ourselves by getting our malls and stuff shot down by Jeff. Okay. He transitions. I'm the king of transitions today.
That's a meteorite of a segue. There's a comet just hit the earth.
Yeah. So. Do you want to intro it or you want me to intro
Jeff Bezos is killing the mall industry. Yeah, I mean, you've seen it. Like, and this isn't a God, not even COVID curb stomped it. But Jeff Bezos, like, let it on fire. Yes. So, I mean, you could tell, like, by 2012, pretty early 2000s even, that malls were starting to kind of decline.
I'm trying to think. I can't understand if I can think back that far.
I'd say good around 2013 is when malls were starting to drop off. And then especially 2016 when online shopping became such a craze. You know,
I can say that from about 2015, 2016 because we had Skylar. Mm-hmm. And at that point it was always about convenience and how can we get groceries, or how can we do this, or how can we plan to do this?
You can get groceries online now, and they drive them to you, dude. I mean, I wouldn't pay for that. That's too much money, dude.
It's worth it.
Yeah. But well, you got kids.
It's
just me. I can go to the grocery, and I gotta tell nobody.
That's true. That's true.
I'm free to, you know, not that you're not. I'm not saying that. Look, You're not a prisoner.
What are you trying to say?
Blink twice if you need help.
I don't blink, but. No, I think, like, okay, do you think the people are in the space of, it's all about convenience?
You about to get in the metaverse.
I'm trying not to go in the metaverse.
I go shop at Target in the metaverse and it comes to my door. It shows up in my fridge.
They can't do that, though. But anyway, like, do you think people are looking at what we're doing to the local economy?
I know exactly what you mean. Convenience is destroying look at jobs, right? In the sake of convenience, we are eliminating jobs that can easily be performed by people. Mm-hmm. And why shouldn't they be? You know, I feel like it's a necessary expense to keep the economy moving forward to not use robots to do shit. It's like, yeah, your company's going to have to pay more money to get human labor. Right. But you're providing jobs. It's going right back into the economy. It's going right back into people buying stuff from you versus using robots to get a little bit bigger of a profit margin because you don't have to feed the robots. You don't have to pay the robots. You build them. Now they're yours.
Yeah.
At the convenience, I don't like that. Like you the Kroger. Hey, what happened to a Walmart? That whole half of the checkout now is completely
is it 100%?
self-checkout. No, there's
not
still
100%.
there's like lanes way at the side. But I'd say there are more self-checkouts now than there are lanes. I never thought that would happen.
Now, what's gonna happen when Jeff turns it up even another notch, and Jeff says, "Okay, well, look, you know what? Instead of going to Walmart, you can get your Amazon robot to go do this, and then we'll put it in a little shuttle, and it comes straight to your door."
Here's my thing, man. If he knew that online wasn't the future, you'd start seeing Amazon stores, and you don't. I've seen one, but it's like an Amazon outlet. I think it's like a
hub.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a franchise. I think you might maybe franchise an Amazon and just have Amazon based products in your store only. Because I saw one at the mall.
Okay.
But I don't even know if it's still there. It might not even be.
So.
But yeah, and look at it. He bought Whole Foods.
Okay.
So because you can go to Whole Foods. I think you can go to Whole Foods and walk out with shit, and it's just automatically paid for with your Amazon account. And
don't money shame me. You're gonna money shame me when I make the statement. But it's been plenty of times where we'll order the groceries from Whole Foods, and they'll say, "Okay, click here to get it delivered, or click here for pickup." If I click for pickup, it's already a nice little locker for me. I ain't got to see nobody. I ain't got to talk to nobody. Yeah. I just go in there, pick it up, walk out the door. Or they come to the door, they got the mask on, got their gloves on, and it's right on your front door. And I may have paid, I think I paid $100 for the year. Or $150 for the year for that service.
Well, because on top of Prime?
Yeah, so it's two different things. It's two different things. Prime is just for like
packaging, shipping,
stuff like that. For the grocery side of it, you pay, I think it's subbed out through like not Uber Eats, whatever, one of them companies.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about Grubhub or something.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
It's Instacart.
Instacart, that's it. Yeah. Kroger's got that, I think, right? Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's like, yeah, Jeff, you can get all my money. It's cool.
And that's the thing. Like it's by, I don't know what deal he's got, but by default, stuff is cheaper on Amazon than it is in stores. And dude,
same exact product.
Yeah. Not only are you saving on the product, but you don't have to go to the store. It's not, and free shipping over a certain price.
Which also does what? Helps you save gas.
Yeah.
When if gas is win. Up, yeah. If gas is up, it's $5, $6.
I think you think there's like a Dr. Evil who's like, we should raise the gas prices so they don't go anywhere. And honestly, then metaverse so they don't.
And I'm not making it political, but I do believe that some of the convenience features were going to already exist. It's inevitable. Like, I started errand boys back in North Carolina, and that was like a convenience service. Like, I'm going to go take your dogs out. I pick up your groceries. I did all this stuff back then, like 09, 08, right? So, fast forwarding it to now, why wouldn't I pay to get paper delivered from my office if I need to keep my people working?
Yeah.
You know? Are you working from home? Okay, just send me your address. I had a paper delivered to you. Send me that. You can even pay for your postage.
Yeah.
They'll pick up your, like, Wade postage. They'll pick it up and deliver it for you. Why would you leave the house?
I don't hate that because, people at least get those jobs. But like I said, they replace that shit with robots. Now you are at the sake of convenience and no one's getting paid for it. Except the giant corporations are just getting fatter and fatter.
I think the corporations are going to end up morphing into call centers and distribution centers only.
That's terrifying. I don't like that.
It's coming though.
Yeah.
It's coming. Like, you got to look at the writing on the wall. Even now, it's morphed into people getting their information from podcasts and stuff like that.
I like it better that way than you can't trust a damn thing no matter what news station you watch. But
now our podcasts are being censored.
Yeah, they are. Look at it this way, dude. Hey, here's a big thing, actually, that's just happened. Elon Musk, right? Mm-hmm. Buying a really, really big share of Twitter. I think he bought like a 9% share, which makes him the highest shareholder. Okay. I think someone else is trying to buy a larger one, but they are he basically stepped on the anthill, dude. They are freaking out. The White House is even freaking out. The White House is like, he shouldn't be allowed to do this. Why? What are you afraid of? Because we're going to lose our propaganda machine. Oh, that's probably why. You're going to lose the ability to delete people. You're going to lose the ability to block actual doctors and scientists and anyone else who opposes your opinion, which we've seen that they have. And if you haven't seen it, you're not looking.
That makes me think of my boy Mark Zuckerberg.
I got.
He been quiet for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Shedding his skin. I'm just
What
kidding.
is he doing? I mean, like,
Mark is not a lizard, but he has very lizardy qualities.
I think that metaverse. It was like an article. I think that metaverse article messed them up a little bit.
Oh yeah, we saw it. They
Yeah.
lost like billions of dollars and overseas too. With
Yeah.
they were like, well, you should let us spy on your people's phones who have our app. And they go, no. He goes, oh okay. And so I think he pulled out of Europe almost entirely because they wouldn't let him do it. But in America, we're like, yeah, you can spy on us. We don't care. We have no privacy here.
And there's not, like, I think
No.
it's funny. My street friends, I won't say dope or I won't say none of those, but
You already did.
my street friends be like, yeah, don't say nothing on the phone. I just come through there. Now, they tell what they want to say in person.
I believe in that shit. Well, we've known since the 80s they tap your phones, man. They know what you're saying.
But it's
They listen to
ultimate
keywords.
But it's the ultimate tap now.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Siri was just, if you just mention her name, it's like, huh? What you say?
When you get a Amazon Alexa, you literally paid Amazon for a wiretap in your house that
Right.
just sits there on your table and
Dude.
listens to everything you say.
So
You purchased a wiretap.
you really do.
And we know that companies are in bed with like the feds. We've seen it. They use companies constantly to get information. So you have paid for a
Tap.
a corporate fed wiretap in your house.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
Not even in your house, in your pocket,
yeah.
in the car.
And they could say like, well, if you have nothing to hide, why are you? Because you should know everything I say, man.
Now, I'm gonna tell
Privacy.
you, it's something I did sign up for because I was curious to see how it would work.
I had an Echo. I had Alexa.
I never did it. I never did that.
You know?
I got Alexa now because the TVs.
Yeah, it's
And
nice.
I think that's even crazy. Are there any TVs that does not have Alexa on there now?
Mine doesn't, but it's
How
mine's
old
like
is it?
4 years old.
Okay.
That's the thing. Anything now, even if it doesn't have an Alexa, it's probably still they
Yeah.
probably still have a. If any piece of technology you buy says it has a voice option, it can listen. And if it has Bluetooth and internet connectivity, it can listen and send what you say somewhere.
Exactly.
So, man, even if you have a kid's toy and that kid's toy says voice recognition with internet, like then they can listen to your kid through a kid toy
Exactly.
if they wanted to. If anything has internet, a signal that can be sent somewhere and a voice, they can.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done. So
People think, oh, if I'm not using it, it's off. No. When did we say that? This is where people put a piece of tape in front of their camera. Just because you're not using that camera does not
still
mean
in the
it's
microphone.
off. It's still, if anyone hacks into your computer, they can see you. And what I've learned is that's actually one of the easiest things to do.
what's that?
To look at someone through their own webcam. It's easy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like one of the first things that you learn when you learn how to like hack computers and shit. It's from what my friends have taught me. It is not that hard
Your friends, huh?
at all.
Your friends.
My
Are
friends
your
who,
friends it? Nah, I ain't gonna say that.
what do you think I get?
Huh?
There's a couple movies I've seen for free. Let's just say that.
No, you already admitted to that. Just-
I've
you
watched a
said
couple
yes.
shows for free.
You said yes to burning CDs.
Yeah.
Yes to
Well,
pirating.
everyone used to burn CDs in
Thank-
2000s, you
Yeah,
know,
we
because
did.
we didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that was illegal because I'm just like, I own this music, right? So I should be able to burn
That's
CDs.
true. That's true. We did feel like that.
I should be able to copy the music physically and give it to a friend. Now that's like unheard of.
Yeah.
Who? I don't know one person that can burn CDs anymore.
Now
Well,
it's-
you can, but I
Now
don't
it's
know.
pirating links. How about that? We're pirating something that does not even exist.
Yeah, like I remember YouTube Music Converter used to be a big app people would use because you take the music from the YouTube video and convert it to an MP3 because they took everything else from us, so that's all we had left, and then they
Right.
took that, so we were like, God, man, You can't own shit now.
No.
You really don't want you to either.
No.
Yeah.
So our sum of that one is Jeff is going to continue to get money.
And it's like, he's not doing nothing wrong. His prices are lower and it's better. I mean, it's the guy, you can't fault the guy for having a better system than with clothes and shoes though, you can't. You got to go try the clothes on.
My question is this. Do you feel like he still has them? Yeah, I would say he has a monopoly on the industry.
Oh, for sure. What other website do you know where you can buy stuff and get it shipped to you like instantly, same day, where that's their whole bread and butter? None. You know Walmart, who you can buy stuff and they can ship it to you. Target too, but that shit takes way longer.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. Amazon is like
they're the top.
Etsy? But Etsy's for like independent creators to make stuff and then they ship it to you.
But even in that, like, I talked to the guy about the sign because I'm getting the sign for the studio from Etsy. And I talked to the guy, and he's like, yeah, it'll take around 20 days. So
it's like, long. Well, he's got to make it.
Okay.
So I remember I bought what was it? I bought something for my girlfriend at the time. Oh, yeah, it was like this necklace thing. No. No. I bought this necklace. Bitch took like a month to get to me. And then
Etsy?
no contact. I emailed them and I thought that shit was just gone. So I like put in for a refund and then the next week it just shows up. And I was like, dude, no email, no nothing. Yeah, so Etsy's sketch, dude. Like I love it. A lot of independent creators who deserve the money that you pay them. But then some people will be like $1,000 for some shit that you're like, I know it doesn't take that much.
See, that's my issue right there. If Jeff, and then the other thing that Jeff is doing now, I keep saying Jeff, not Amazon. The other thing Jeff is doing is giving incentives for. So if you're, even if you're a creator, right? Say we're a creator, and we want to do a pod cup. Yeah. And when you get your pod mug, and it's a button on the side of the mug. When you drink your coffee, you can listen. It claps, or you can listen to the podcast. Yeah. You can do whatever on that mug. You connect it to. That might be a little situation, but it connects. It'll connect to Wi-Fi, whatever, from wherever you are. Mm. We say, "Hey Jeff, we want to do this. Sell this on your site." Oh, cool. Is this anywhere else for sale? No. Okay, let me buy a royalty in that, and then I'll pay you. Yeah. I'll pay you $10 million. Cause it's a cool idea, and then we'll do a affiliate link, and then Amazon will get another piece of that. Yeah. And I gave you money up front. Mm-hmm. Like that's what he's doing with movies. So if you're an independent creator, you can upload your movie on Amazon Prime. You get the portion, and he's already doing it.
It's just
So it's like
that's the thing, man. God, like you can't be like, I wonder, man, how do you get that rich? What do you mean dude? The guy literally just made. I knew a story. I think I don't know when it was. I wrote it down somewhere. Okay.
It's about Jeff or
this
about
was
somebody
when
else?
He still had like hair on the side of his head. Okay. Right. This was like when the Amazon was new.
Like mid 2000s.
Yeah, and then it launched, and then it got really popular, and then he started doing like talks around. You know, he probably doesn't even do talks anymore because he's like trillionaire. But when it popped off, he would like probably go to. I think this was when he went to a college and he was talking about what he used to do. Okay. And you could tell he's passionate. He had like actual passion for what he did because he created something kind of revolutionary. Right. He was talking about a time where this guy from Bulgaria ordered something off his site, and this is when the internet was like, it wasn't in every country yet. America and the few like first world European countries had it, but then other European countries didn't yet. So this was like
with the internet.
Yeah, no, but this is when the internet was pretty new. Amazon's pretty old. Amazon's been around for a while. It's just not the giant that it is today. But so he even says in his interview, he's like, I didn't even know Bulgaria had internet yet. But these guys, what they did was, and you couldn't pay online yet in Bulgaria or something. Like there wasn't like back in the day, you couldn't use a credit card to pay online. You couldn't type in a number and pay online. You'd have to send a check or just buy it. Like that wasn't heard of. Online shopping was not a thing in the 2000s. That it wasn't. Right. You know, much like I said, as much as it was today. But so what they did was he sent a letter to Jeff Bezos, the guy in Bulgaria. he had tucked $200 in a floppy disk, and he mailed the floppy disk with on it a letter saying what he wanted from the site, because he couldn't order it from the site. So he was like, guy in Bulgaria was like, best thing I can do, I guess, is just put $200 in a floppy disk and send it. And Jeff was like, I got the package, and I opened it, and there it was, the 200. So we sent him what he wanted for 200 exactly. And he was like, that was insane that some dude in Bulgaria saw that the only way I could get this thing from this guy's site was to send him a fucking floppy disk with money lodged in it. And like you had to really MacGyver shit back then, man, because the internet, like, convenience was not a thing for people.
It wasn't.
I mean, dude, it's still today. And like Kazakhstan or whatever, you know, people don't have. Yeah, there's not online markets. You go to the market and like sell your cow for something. Still, you know, that's still a thing in some countries around the world. America is so, I don't know what you want to say, progressive. Even the rural areas here. Even the farms here will still buy things in bulk from stores and get it sent to them and have like accounts set up to. But back in the day, what's an account? You'd farm your wheat. You'd go to the market and you'd sell your wheat. You know, it wasn't like distributors yet. There wasn't like, the government wasn't all up in your business. Like, you know, hey, we give you this tax break and this break for you're feeding the people of your community. You're doing this. You know, that's why. I don't know, back then shit was flourishing more with more government reach, with more corporate overreach. That's kind of what you get, you know.
I'm even thinking about, now that you say something about convenience, I'm thinking about how it was when I was in high school. And
I liked it better, honestly.
But no, senior beach week, like now, we can easily just go online, book a hotel, even if we want to do an Airbnb, we have Airbnb as an option now.
Yeah.
We had to find one of our family's friends that has a timeshare at Myrtle Beach. We paid him to use his timeshare, and we printed out directions on paper.
I remember doing that.
MapQuest was on paper.
No GPS. There was no GPS at all. I remember so many trips. My dad would be like, hand me the map. And this is like the phone book thick map that you then unfold. You find the state you're in, of course. Then you keep unfolding until you get to where you are and the interstates and roads and then where you want to go. And then you'd literally map it. I haven't touched the map in like 15 years.
Me either.
You know?
But that was probably 2002.
Kids today have never touched a map.
Never touched a map.
Man.
And now I will say the directions were printed out. Yeah. And it gave pretty direct, directions.
Like, turn here, and then at this road, turn. And if you missed it, you have to go back to your original turn. You can't be like, oh, Johnson connects to Boudreaux.
No,
you didn't know that.
No.
You didn't know.
You didn't know.
You could end up in bumfuck nowhere. So you were like, shit, go back.
Exactly.
You turn. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's weird. Like, I think some of the convenience options have really made things easier, a little bit safer in some elements.
Especially, when there's a wreck.
Yeah.
When there's, the line gets red, that there's going to be bumper to bumper somewhere.
Even weather, thinking about that.
Yeah.
If we did not have weather on our phones.
I feel like weather hasn't damn changed, though. The guy's like, it's going to rain. It doesn't rain all week. Like, weather is the one thing that's constant. Is you never know when the damn weather's going to... Well, we know tornadoes and shit, and we know. Yeah, and I feel like you could totally miss a weather alarm back then if you didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
There's no... I feel like people nowadays do not flip on the Weather Channel in the morning. There's none of that.
I just think it's interesting that it's a whole ecosystem that's built around this thing that's the internet and social media. Like, even people, like the fact that if we knew that Instagram would be like it was in 2009, how it is now. Yeah. And people going crazy cause the algorithm, an imaginary thing.
Yeah, that dictates, your eligibility of content being dispersed. Yeah, you're like, a fucking robot decides whether I'm worthy of people seeing me,
and not even a physical robot. Like it's a
social media Squid Game, bro.
It's weird, and I never thought we would we would see it first off.
Yeah.
And now that we see it how it is now, like, what's next?
I have no idea. I feel like it can only get more and more, what's the word? Encompassing. Where it just becomes more and more attached to your life, you know? That's what they want. I mean, I'm not trying to get all conspiracy, but why wouldn't they want that? We know that apps, the biggest thing for them is watch time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way, the more you scroll, the more ads you scroll past.
Right.
You know, that's why they promote the most insane, outlandish shit on Twitter for people to get angry and then comment and then retweet. Like, this guy's a fucking idiot. You know, that gets more clicks, that gets more views, that gets you to stay on the app longer. You're angry. You want you get a little piece of happiness. You're like, that was nice. You close the app. You go about your day. You're pissed off. You stay on the app just to learn more about whatever the hell's pissing you off.
Yeah.
Like, if you're looking to be offended, you're going to get offended.
All day, you're gonna get it.
But if you're not, then you won't. Like, if you tell me some stories, I was like, oh, I wouldn't assume that's what they're doing. But then the average day is like, that mother. Of course he's saying that. Of course he's going like, dude, you're literally. It's like you want to be. You want to be offended by some shit. You want something to get racial. You want something to get sexist or homophobic. You want something to be insert buzzword here.
Right.
You want it. That's why I'm like, you could tell this group of people who says everything is this. This is because you literally think everything is, dude. When a normal person should not.
Yeah, you should.
A normal person, there's plenty of times where someone has said some shit, and then I just kind of brushed it off, and an hour later I was like, oh, that dude was fucking with me. Or like, that son of a, you're like.
You wasn't looking for it,
oh,
though.
he was, and I just brushed it off. And I'm like, that dude was probably about to fight me. Like, or someone's flirting with you, you don't even know. And then like a month later, you're like, oh, fuck. Like,
I missed it.
They were telling me that shit because they wanted to, Dang, man.
Well, I think we've unpacked everything for today. I had more. It's dumb stuff though, so we're not gonna talk about that. We might add that next pod. But it's been a great pod, guys.
It's been a chill pod.
Pretty cool pod.
It's been a really easygoing pod.
I'm curious to see what the ladies think about the cam stuff, but we'll see.
Well, like how we explained it, I think it's, like we said, what he said was just kind of half of what maybe he should have said. Yeah. It wasn't wrong. That's like saying a woman should cater to their man. Right. Why is that bad?
Our dog shouldn't crap in the house.
He never. That's a fact. He never said that a man shouldn't also cater to his wife. He just left that out. I mean, like, if you're looking to get offended,
I was about to say that.
will get offended. Just don't look for it.
And I think we should end on that. I think that's a good statement to end on. So if you're looking to get offended,
my
you're gonna find it. Shouts out to you. I don't know if you want to say his pastor's name because Shine be cussing.
Oh, that's also very true. Yeah. I need to clean
Potty
it up.
mouth. Yeah. I promise. I told y'all a couple pods ago. My father-in-law said something about us.
Really?
Yeah, clean it up a little bit. And I was like,
I go to Elevate City Church.
There you go.
We're dropping. You should come by. It's in Sandy Springs.
All right.
It's great. Pastor is great. Joey McLaughlin. He's a really good guy.
And I'll choose to be silent on mine.
Your father.
Yeah, we'll do that. Father. Amen. Jesus. And I think that was it. Make sure y'all follow all of our stuff. Of course, we keep it in the bottom of the link. And again, follow Sean J.
Sager.
On IG.
On IG, baby. Yeah. I won't say any dumb shit and I won't get banned this time.
He's gonna get banned and he will
I'm complete good, filtered and ready to get out there.
Just pictures and good content only.
Pictures, good content only.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard it first. And until next week, it's been real.
Yes.
Peace.